Welcome back to the United News, the channel that brings you the latest, most comprehensive Manchester United transfer updates without the clickbait drama. I'm your host, and today we're diving deep into three massive stories that are shaping United's transfer window right now. First up, we're breaking down the Wilfred Ndidi situation that could be one of the smartest moves United make this summer. A proven Premier League midfielder available for just £9 million? We'll explore why this Leicester City star might be the perfect solution to United's midfield crisis, what his former teammate Julius Agahoa is saying about his desire to join Old Trafford, and how this could impact players like Casemiro and Mainoo. Then, we're tackling the Dominic Calvert-Lewin links that have got United fans talking. But here's the reality check you need. Fabrizio Romano has clarified exactly what's happening behind the scenes, and it's not quite what the headlines suggest. We'll separate fact from fiction and explain why this situation perfectly illustrates United's current transfer strategy under the new ownership. Finally, we're exposing the shocking truth about the Jadon Sancho situation that every United fan needs to understand. You think you know how much money United could save by selling him? Think again. The real number is £47 million, and we're going to break down exactly where this figure comes from and why it reveals a much bigger problem at Old Trafford. From Leicester's relegation clauses to Everton's interest, from Romano's insider knowledge to the brutal reality of United's £365 million wage bill crisis, this episode covers everything you need to know about United's transfer window. We're not just reporting the news, we're giving you the full context that other channels miss. So grab your coffee, settle in, and let's dive into the real stories behind Manchester United's summer transfer window. This is the United News, where we give you the facts without the fluff, and today's episode is packed with revelations that will change how you see United's transfer strategy forever. Let's get started with the story that could define United's midfield for years to come, the Wilfred Ndidi opportunity that's too good to miss. Is Wilfred Ndidi the perfect solution to Manchester United's midfield problems? Hello United HQ View community. The transfer window is heating up and there's one story that's really caught my attention. Could a £9 million midfielder from Leicester City be exactly what Manchester United need right now? Let me break down everything that's happening with Wilfred Ndidi and why this could be one of the smartest moves United make this summer. The current situation at Old Trafford. Right now, Manchester United are in a tricky spot with their midfield. We all know Casemiro has been struggling with his form and pace in the Premier League. At 33 years old and earning a massive £350,000 per week, he's become a problem the club desperately wants to solve. But here's the thing, his huge wages make it almost impossible to find a buyer willing to take him on. Meanwhile, Christian Eriksen has already left the club, which leaves us even shorter in midfield options. Ruben Amorim needs someone who can come in and make an immediate impact without breaking the bank. This is where Wilfred Ndidi comes into the picture. Who is Wilfred Ndidi? For those who might not know much about him, let me give you the full picture. Wilfred Ndidi is a 28-year-old Nigerian midfielder who has been playing for Leicester City since 2017. He's not just some random player, this guy has made 220 Premier League appearances and has been one of the most consistent defensive midfielders in the league for years. What makes Ndidi special? He's built like a tank but moves like someone much lighter. Standing at 6 feet tall, he's got the physical presence to dominate the middle of the park. His main strengths include winning back possession, breaking up play, and those long diagonal passes that can switch the tempo of a game in seconds. But here's what really caught my attention. He's not just a destroyer. Ndidi can carry the ball forward, create space with his runs, and has developed his passing range significantly over the years. He's exactly the type of player who could thrive under AMORIM's system. The Leicester connection and release clause. Now, you might be wondering why such a good player is available for such a low price. The answer is simple. Leicester City got relegated last season, and like many clubs, they had relegation clauses in their player contracts. This means Ndidi can leave for just £9 million, though some reports suggest it could be as low as £5 million. Think about that for a second. We're talking about a player with years of Premier League experience, who knows the league inside out, available for less than what some clubs spend on academy prospects. In today's market, that's basically pocket change for a club like Manchester United. Leicester don't really have a choice here. They need to cut their wage bill after going down, and selling their best players is part of that process. It's sad for Leicester fans, but it creates an opportunity for clubs like United. Why Manchester United need him? Let's be honest about United's midfield situation. We've got Kobbie Mainoo, who's brilliant but still very young. Manuel Ugarte is settling in but needs time to adapt to the Premier League. Then there's Casemiro, who, let's face it, looks like he's running in quicksand most games. What United need is someone who can come in and immediately understand what the Premier League requires. Ndidi has that experience. He's played against every top team multiple times. He knows how to handle the pace, the physicality, and the pressure. But there's another angle to consider. United are still dealing with financial fair play rules, which means they can't just throw money around like they used to. Getting a quality midfielder for £9 million would be incredible business. It would free up money to spend in other areas where the team needs strengthening. What his former teammate says. This is where it gets really interesting. Julius Agahoa, who played for Nigeria alongside Ndidi, recently spoke about the situation. He said that while Everton and some Saudi Arabian clubs are interested, Ndidi's heart is set on joining Manchester United. According to Agahoa, Ndidi sees United as the perfect step up in his career. After spending years at Leicester, he wants to test himself at a club that competes in the Champions League regularly. He wants to be part of something bigger, and honestly, who can blame him? Agahoa also praised Ndidi's qualities, calling him one of the best African central midfielders in recent years. He mentioned his power, his ability to press opponents, win back balls, and create space with those long diagonal runs. These are exactly the qualities United need in their midfield right now. The Everton factor. But United aren't the only ones interested. David Moyes at Everton has been tracking Ndidi since April, and they're also looking to strengthen their midfield. The question is, can they compete with United's pulling power? Everton might be able to offer him regular first-team football, but they can't offer Champions League football or the global stage that comes with playing for Manchester United. For a player at 28, this might be his last chance to play for a truly elite club. From what I'm hearing, Everton haven't made any concrete moves yet, which might give United the advantage if they decide to act quickly. In transfer windows, timing is everything. How he would fit at United. If Ndidi does join United, where would he fit in? Under AMORIM's system, he could play as the defensive midfielder, sitting in front of the back line and allowing players like Mainoo and Ugarte to get forward more. His experience and leadership would be valuable for the younger players too. He could also rotate with the existing midfielders, giving AMORIM options and keeping everyone fresh throughout a long season. Remember, United are hoping to be back in the Champions League next season, which means more games and more pressure on the squad. The beauty of signing Ndidi is that he wouldn't need time to adapt to the Premier League. He could literally walk into the team and start contributing immediately. That's worth a lot more than £9 million in today's market. The financial aspect. Let's talk numbers for a moment. United have already signed Matheus Cunha from Wolves, and they're trying to get Bryan Mbeumo from Brentford, though their £55 million bid plus add-ons was rejected. These are significant investments. But here's the thing, if United can sell players like Marcus Rashford, Antony, Jadon Sancho, and Tyrell Malacia, they'll have much more financial freedom. Even if they can't sell Casemiro due to his wages, getting Ndidi for £9 million would still be incredible value. The club needs to be smart about spending, and this looks like exactly the type of deal that makes sense. Low risk, high reward, and fills a genuine need in the squad. What this means for other players. If Ndidi does join, what happens to the current midfield players? Mainoo would continue to develop and probably get even more opportunities to grow. Ugarte would have a solid partner who can cover for him when he pushes forward. As for Casemiro, this signing might actually help him. Having less pressure to play every game could help him perform better when he does play. Sometimes older players benefit from having their minutes managed more carefully. The broader transfer strategy. Looking at United's transfer activity this summer, there seems to be a clear strategy. They're trying to be smart with their money, going for value signings rather than big-name superstars. Ndidi fits perfectly into this approach. The club learned from previous mistakes where they paid huge fees for players who didn't work out. Now they're looking for players who can contribute immediately without breaking the bank. It's a much more sustainable approach. Why this deal makes sense? When you look at everything together, this potential signing makes perfect sense. United get a proven Premier League midfielder who can start immediately. Ndidi gets his dream move to a bigger club. Leicester gets some money for a player who was leaving anyway due to relegation. The price is right, the player wants to come, and United need exactly what he offers. These are the conditions where good transfers happen. What could go wrong? Of course, no transfer is guaranteed to work out. Ndidi is 28, so United wouldn't be getting a long-term solution. There's always the risk that he might not adapt well to United's style of play, even though he's proven in the Premier League. There's also the competition from other clubs. If Everton or a Saudi Arabian club offer more money or better terms, things could change quickly. Transfer windows are unpredictable, and until a player signs the contract, anything can happen. Right now, we're still in the early stages of the transfer window. United are clearly looking at their options, and Ndidi is definitely on their list. The question is whether they'll move quickly or wait to see what other options become available. Given that Leicester need to sell and the price is so reasonable, United might not have much time to make a decision. Other clubs are watching the situation too, and someone is going to move soon. What United fans should expect? If you're a United fan reading this, what should you expect? Based on everything I'm hearing, this transfer has a real chance of happening. The player wants to come, the price is right, and United need what he offers. But remember, transfers can change quickly. Don't get too attached to the idea until you see him holding the United shirt. Football transfers are full of surprises, and things don't always go as expected. The bottom line. At the end of the day, Wilfred Ndidi represents exactly the type of signing Manchester United should be making right now. He's experienced, proven, available at a great price, and fills a genuine need in the squad. Whether it happens or not remains to be seen, but from where I'm sitting, this looks like one of the smartest potential moves United could make this summer. Sometimes the best signings aren't the most expensive ones, they're the ones that make the most sense. So there you have it, United HQ View community. That's where things stand with Wilfred Ndidi right now. It's a situation worth watching closely because it could be one of those transfers that looks even better in hindsight. What do you think? Would you be happy to see Ndidi in a United shirt next season? Let me know your thoughts, and I'll keep you updated as this story develops. Remember, in football transfers, things can change in hours, not days. So stay tuned, and let's see if United can pull off what could be one of the bargains of the summer.